This gangster right here.
I find it extremely funny that he's saying this on a show with a man who, as great as he was as a punter, is far more famous as a pundit.
That's a fact.
All right. Y'all know who those faces are and names to them, right? Stephen A. Smith, Ryan Clark, Cam Newton. Love it. This is coming off the heels of Aaron Rodgers doing his weekly Pat McAfee interview. And the quotes right there at the bottom, let's just go through it. There's a lot of people talking about the game now. I'm talking about these experts on TV who nobody remembers what they did in their career. So he's taking shots at former players. And so in order for them to stay relevant, they have to make comments that keep them in the conversation. But he also talked about those pundits out there and the quotes of unfounded, saying what they were saying was unfounded, and asinine. Now, that's a direct shot at Stephen A. Smith. As everybody knows, one of his choice words is asinine, right? Let's continue. Shots will be fired.
And Pat McAfee. A.J. Hawk, who I felt like was a good player, right, is now on TV, and he gets to give his thoughts as well. Actually, Aaron Rodgers, you're being paid to be on that show to give your thoughts and opinions as a personality.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, he is not to me a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is one of the best and most talented quarterbacks to ever play this game. And he ain't no more. And his problem is that people are willing to say it.
Woo! Okay. I knew Aaron Rodgers had a problem. I saw that take live, and I knew he had a problem because this is the problem. And coaches always tell you, if you're going to say something disparagingly about somebody, if you're going to diss somebody, you better say their names and numbers. Because if not, think about it. When I heard his take live, I said, he talking about Stephen A. Smith, and maybe others, but he's definitely talking about Stephen A. Smith. By not saying Stephen A. Smith's name, you know what it did? It employed Ryan Clark to jump in. What did it do? It employed Cam Newton to sit there, and right now you hear him in the background. I'm sure he jumped on it too, but we're going to focus in on Ryan, give him his flowers for this one. Names and numbers. It feels weird in the moment of decision to diss somebody. But all those subtle shots, all those vague shots, all those sneak disses just makes more people come at you because hit dogs will holler. And Ryan Clark is going to talk about that, how hit dogs holler and don't holler. Stay with me, y'all.
Are people not supposed to be able to do their jobs and do their jobs in an unbiased way and be honest about who you are as a player because you feel like you had a better career than them?
Okay, now let's not do this, okay, because Aaron Rodgers is certainly going down the hill with no brakes. I've been there before, so I can see it, I can say it. That said, let's not act like there's not bias in sports media. Let's not act like there's not likability. People don't like Aaron Rodgers right now, so their rooting interest is to help him go down that hill even faster. The number of people calling Aaron Rodgers out right now is a lot of it is, I'm telling it like I see it. I'm telling it like it's happening. But also, you also were holding your breath for so long because you didn't like the dude, whether it was the vaccination, the arrogance, the fact that he held the franchise hostage, whatever it is. People have not liked Aaron Rodgers for a long time but couldn't say it because it wasn't mapping on to how he produced. But now, y'all putting a little extra on it. As always, an overcorrection because Aaron Rodgers right now is going downhill.
Yeah.
I don't agree to that. And for you to sit up there and say that there are these people who feel like they have now become the celebrity or they have now become the superstar or the sports center of old is gone. Yeah, bro, because times change. The reason that they're paying you $1 million or whatever it is to be on Pat McAfee is because you had a great career and people are going to listen to your opinions, which people listen to my opinion. People listen to Cam Newton's opinion. People listen to Stephen A's opinion because those opinions are informed. And so my biggest problem with Aaron Rodgers, because to me...
Oh, I can't let that go. I thought it was funny, but now I think it's something else to it. Cam Newton said they paid him $1 million? Now, we also know, as much as I love Cam Newton, y'all know I funks with Cam Newton, Funky Fridays, got to watch it. Cam also be looking at these quarterbacks a little hypocritical because Cam like, I didn't get all my flowers, so I ain't going to give y'all all of y'all's. Now, That's partly because, look, I know what it takes to be a great quarterback, and I've been a great quarterback. And I know this guy when he's real and when he's not. So maybe it's some of that. But I thought that was just a joke, but it had a little more punch than just a normal joke.
I'm actually not upset about what he's saying because I ain't no hit dog. And you know a hit dog a holler.
Remember this moment right here. He said a hit dog will holler. Remember this moment and tell me at the end. Beat it up in the comments. Does he start hollering? We ain't there yet.
My issue with him is you're doing the exact same thing.
You're doing it too.
And the reason that you're getting this opportunity to say these asinine things is because someone is paying you who is exactly the same thing that you are now speaking out against. This dude is once again tone deaf. This dude is once again unaware. This dude is once again arrogant to a point that's almost sickening because he says these things and he talks tough and he behaves in this way, but he ain't. Right? He has all of this cachet because he's a good player. But they ain't people around here that come around and talk about what type of leader you are. They ain't people that come around here and talk about wanting to follow you because of the type of man you have been. This dude is a fraud, right? He's been a fraud, and he could throw a football, and that's where it stops.
Oh.
Once that talent ends, so does him, and so does he. And so to sit up there, man, and to be just blatantly hypocritical is funny and sickening at the same time.
Y'all hear that? Was that a hit dog at the end? I say yes. Woo! Point taken, though, Ryan Clark. Point taken. God dang. He almost made it 3 minutes without. Called that dude a fraud. Called him a fraud, hypocritical. But the most damning part was the fact that Ryan Clark started off saying how he and others can give their unbiased, objective takes. But then go to a place where you went straight assumption. You don't know what people are saying about Aaron Rodgers in terms of following him. You only know what the media is saying. Because I know some of his teammates that actually love him, rock with him. He works out here proactive. Every offseason, Aaron Rodgers is out here, Westlake Village. Come on, y'all. Don't let me start giving y'all some real receipts. Catch food with Aaron Rodgers. Not everybody, and it's, once again, not the choice thing to say right now. It's not the popular thing to say. And part of it is people say it and you don't even hear it. You don't even want to hear it because you're like, whatever, man. I'm waiting for what I know. Confirmation bias. Confirmation bias about Aaron Rodgers is don't like him. So you're waiting for those sound bites. All right, anyway, called the dude a fraud, all that stuff. This argument was simple. This argument was about Aaron Rodgers was saying, I'm not saying y'all can't do it. It's not what you're doing. It's how you're doing it. And that got obviously left off the table in the conversation of the soundbite I just showed because that is an indictment on Ryan Clark, Stephen A. Smith, Cam Newton, everybody, raise your hand, Marcellus, Wiley, everybody in the business. Once again, another general vague shot fired. Therefore, hit dogs will holler like Ryan Clark. He didn't say what we did, it's how we did it. And it's impossible for a human being to go out there and say, look, there's not going to be likability in this conversation. There's not going to be some subjectivity in this conversation. And as Ryan Clark even said, some asinining. Asinining, I love it. So Aaron Rodgers is not telling the truth and he's not lying. Ryan Clark is not telling the truth and he's not lying. Your employee, your contract says give an objective take. But then you don't walk around with your contract every day on set. Those are not the notes you're reading. You're reading your notes. Your notes are different than what you are contractually asked to do. I look at this as he ends it saying it's funny and sickening. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. Aaron Rodgers took a shot, and it was a buck shot, and he tried to spray everybody and hope he got who his intended target was. Ryan Clark saying, hey, one of those pellets hit me. I shall return fire with a rifle. Straight at you. Single shot. Whew. My takeaway and I think the most profound part about all of this is that in a sport, football, where all these guys are either participants or in a Stephen A. Smith's situation, being through the osmosis of being around so many players, being in locker rooms. As close as you can be to a football player that made it is a guy who went on the ride with him, right? You looked in the entourage, you seen the posse, you seen the crew, the guy who was always there. He played ball himself, but just didn't make it. That's Stephen A. Smith to all these guys. And he's like, I'm giving y'all the microphone because hey, everybody want to know what I'm up to, what I'm saying, and I'm going to defer. That's one of his greatest qualities. He gonna let you say what you got to say because you did it. But in doing it, everybody's going to be a hypocrite and act like, oh, subjectivity doesn't matter. Coaches use that. Coaches look at two players and be like, oh, they about the same. But what's the difference then, coach? Well, one of them listens more. One of them, it seems like the teammates rally around more. One of them seems like they just are a part of this, a greater part of this mix. That's your version, coach. Around you, he just know how to kiss butt better. You ever been on a team where a dude wasn't as likable as somebody else, but the dude that you liked and most cats rock with, he wasn't kissing no booty. He wasn't kissing up. He like, coach, I am me. I'm despondent. You know what I mean? It ain't just baller. It ain't just the top 11 guys start on offense, top 11 guys start on defense. Y'all stupid. You believe that. You've been on teams, you're like, why they start? Coach's son. Why they started? You know what it is. So Aaron Rodgers wasn't telling the truth. He wasn't lying. Ryan Clark wasn't telling the truth. He wasn't lying. There's a lot of people talking about the game right now, and there is a mix. There is a population of people who don't have the credibility, don't have the experience, and all they have is the take. I'm not here to tell you not to listen to somebody else. I'm here to tell you what they're saying. That's simple as that. My whole world right now is covering sports and storytelling, but also covering those who tell the stories. Simple as that. Sports, storytelling, and talking about those who tell the stories. Because there used to be a day when the media had the last word. That's not the case now. We were told, broadcasting school, we were told as active players, do not get in an argument with the media. Why? Why? We the players? Nah, because they have the last word. They have the microphones. Now, they got microphones. Guess who else got microphones? Players. And that's where we are right now in that civil war. Beat it up in the comments. Do you think that Aaron Rodgers was keeping it one thigh while? You think Aaron Rodgers is telling the truth? Obviously he was telling the truth. He just should have said names and numbers. That cold, that subtle, that ain't it no more. Kendrick proved that. You got a problem with somebody? Drake, I got a problem. Simple as that. And beat up in the comments. Was Ryan Clark a hit dog? He said he wasn't mad, he wasn't a hit dog, but at the end, I mean, outside of curse words and yelling, he looked kind of fired up. Looked like he was hollering a little bit to me. Make sure you guys go to projecttransition.org, log on, and become a gym member. Yes, and if you become a gym member, like Daniel K., giving to the foundation $400. I love it for our Empowering Underserved Youth fundraiser. Yes, respect to Daniel K. You guys can also become a gym member and get this book right here, Never Shut Up. This book right here is about life experiences. It's an amazing book, not saying it just because it's my book, but it's a book that really talks about the adversity you must face to be anything in this world, to be successful, to be unsuccessful. You cave to that adversity, etc. So make sure you guys become gym members, and we will hook you up. Well, without further ado, we got a new beat in the building. Let's see if this beat is dope. Y'all got to start rating. Beat it up in the comments. Tell me how my skills are, and tell me how this beat goes. Let's get into it. Oh, new beat alert. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, Aaron Rodgers, Ryan Clark, let's get it. Oh, Marcellus, Vernon Wiley, don't try me. Uh-oh, yo, Ryan Clark throwing shade, got his aim on Rodgers, talking about the quarterback like he broke the line. Aaron in the cut, calling media fake, saying they twisting the truth for clicks they make. Hey, Clark on the mic, spitting facts, no cap, but Rodgers clap back, calling all that shit crap. Sports media wild, playing both sides slick. fueling up the beef just to keep it lit. Rodgers in the dark room hating the press. Clark in the light calling out all the mess. Two sides of the game, the tension don't fade. Media profit off the drama they made. Yeah, it's chessboard, Bonds in the fight. Clark versus Rodgers, they got they mic. Hate the system, not the players, let the truth unfold. Media circus, all stories being sold. Oh man, I'm so bold. Man, I'm freezing, boy, I'm so cold. It don't matter. Come around here, mix it up, I got the batter. Make that glass shatter, you don't want to get at 'em. A mother like me from the CPT, because we gonna be running the thing around here and be going insane. Now I gotta cut you. That was dope. What's up, y'all? It's Marcellus Wiley, founder of Project Transition and proud gym member. I'm excited to share with you an opportunity that will support our kids on their mission to making their dreams a reality. At Project Transition, we believe that real change comes from consistent action and support. That's why we invite you to join our powerful gym membership program that is making a difference every single day. As a gym partner, by giving every month, you'll fuel our mission by providing monthly support that turns into real empowerment and education for underserved youth. Your commitment reduces school dropouts, nurtures communities, and funds impactful programs like the Rising Stars Academy that we share. Together, we can turn potential into prosperity. Join the group of community champions driving change. Your contributions will help aid success by providing essential educational resources, building critical life skills, and fostering community strength. There's no better feeling than knowing your support will ignite hope, foster dreams, and empower the next generation. Join us today and be a part of transformative change. Help our youth become greater than their greatest excuse. Become a gym partner. Thank you.